All right. I want to welcome Bill to our meeting this morning.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, it is 10:11, and I am going to officially draw the meeting to order. Welcome to the Tuesday, June 23rd, here at the Hibachi Main Street. Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020 meeting of the City of Denison Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. I want to call the meeting to order. First order of business will be roll call.
Charlie Shear.
Here.
Brett Evans.
Here.
Mary Karam. Spence Redwine.
Here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Well, we usually go over our housekeeping rules and history of the commission, but I really, oh, thank you, ma'am. I don't think there's any reason us to do that this morning. I think Bill's familiar with them. So, that being said, first order of business will be to receive a report, hold discussion, take action on the minutes from our June 9th, 2020 meeting.
I'm not finding them.
They're like in the
It's
middle.
item 4A.
Yes.
I
No,
know,
but they're in the
I
middle
don't
of the
see
packet.
copy.
Oh, the copy of them?
Yeah, they're in the.
There was one little fiddly bit, but it was just a typo. I don't even do
Is
that.
that a typo?
Yeah, but I don't have it in front of me, so.
Okay, bring it to Fanchon's attention, I guess, after the meeting, she can get that correct.
Okay.
That's all, we can go ahead and approve them. I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Have a motion with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries. Item 4B.
Hang on, can we start with the plat?
Yes,
first?
we can go to, let's go to 5 public hearings.
Yes.
We're going to do this a little bit out of order this morning. It'll make sense
So
here.
it's the page,
So,
second page.
Item 5A.
Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you all again. The reason I wanted to go with the plat first, we're also approving a site plan. It just makes sense to approve the plat and the site plan. Sorry for that confusion. So this is item 5A, receive a report, hold a discussion, conduct a public hearing, and take action on a replat of amended plat of lots 2, 3, Block 2, Gateway Edition Phase 6, case number 2019-117RP. The applicant is requesting to replat the site, preparing it for future development. Pending approval, this replat will be filed after construction of the future site has been completed. This allows us to make any amendments as needed for easements, whether it be fire, access, utility, things change. The replat defines property boundaries while dedicating several necessary easements. Staff recommends approval. Here's the plat here. This is for an upcoming orthopedic center, orthopedic and spine medical office building located along 691. It's adjacent to the assisted living facility directly to the north. This building would be to the south, or this plat is to the south. It's outlined in yellow. And then here's another aerial showing kind of the greater context. As you see, it's part of the gateway development by the hospital. We recommend approval, and this is a public hearing, and I'm here for any questions that you might have.
Any questions of staff?
Just a curiosity question. Are both of those senior living behind there, are they both open and functional, both parts?
I believe so. I did a quick Google search. I haven't been to those facilities, but they look like they're open just based on the aerials and looking at their website.
One part is, I just didn't know about the other one.
Sorry?
I know the one part is, but I just didn't know about the second one.
I think one is an assisted living center and the other one is a memory care center, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah, I think the one to the east is the memory care, I believe.
I think that's great.
Man, the way my memory's getting, I hope they hold me a room.
I enjoyed checking that one out. I'm planning it.
Any other questions of staff? Okay. Anyone here to speak in favor of this request? Anyone here to speak in opposition? All right, seeing none, I'll close the public hearing, and I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the replat of lots 2 and 3, Block 2, Gateway Addition, Phase 6.
Okay,
Second.
I have a motion with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carries. Now we will go back to item 4B, is that correct?
This is item number, hang on, sorry guys. This is item 5A, this is the site plan.
Okay. 4B on our agenda.
Is it? Yeah, I'm sorry, I guess I have it labeled incorrectly. So it is 4B. This is item 4B. Receive report, hold a discussion, and take action on a site plan for Texoma Orthopedic and Spine located within Gateway Addition Phase 6, Lot 2, Block 2. This is case number 2019-117 SP. The applicant is requesting approval of a site plan for proposed Texoma Orthopedic and Spine Medical Office Building located along FM 691. We've determined that the submitted site plan and associated documents meet all city standards. Due to the project's location and use, the project is consistent with the 2018 comprehensive plan and, of course, the underlying zoning being part of that development. Staff recommends approval. Here's an image of the site plan here. As you can see, there's adequate circulation and traffic flow going in and out. Generally, the general rule is fire wants to see 2 access points. However, due to the proximity of a nearby adjacent intersection, we figured 1 will be sufficient if we allow cross-access to developing properties to the east and west. So as you can see, and that was dedicated in the plat, there is cross-access easements dedicated from the last item, and that's also shown on the site plan in your packet. Here's the landscaping plan. This one far exceeds our city requirements, so we're very pleased with that. The minimum is only 8% landscaping, and I think they went above that. The amount of trees, shrubs, and other items here should serve as a nice barrier between the street, parking, and the building. Really have nice curb appeal. Dumpster enclosure is also fully screened. And here is an elevation of the building. Another quick note is we're wrapping up our review of the civils right now. We're just waiting on a lighting plan, which I believe we should be getting within the next 24 hours or so from the applicant. And once we take a look at that and just kind of do our final review, we should be wrapping this package up, pending this approval, of course, hopefully within a week or two, and then they're ready for building, or the building department, that is. We recommend approval, and I'm present for any questions that you may have on the site.
Any questions of staff?
And it meets all the Gateway Village requirements?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the Gateway PD is broken up into different, like, sub-zoning.
Right.
So we took a look at that to make sure this was going to fit. And it is outside of the highway overlay. Generally, within the highway overlay, it's going to be required to have 100% stone masonry, but that distance, do I have another aerial photo? I can go back. It being so far away, it doesn't need to be full-on stone or brick.
I thought gateways had to be all stone or brick.
Not in certain areas.
Oh, only on, is that more on the west side?
Yeah, and within that overlay.
Well, I think that the new building that they just finished behind the hotel is cultured brick and stucco, is what it is. We approved it, but I think we approved variance with that building when we did it.
This project here, though, we think that the exterior design kind of fits the nearby buildings and something a little bit different.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Anyone here to speak in favor? Anyone here to speak in opposition? Okay, seeing none. This is not a public hearing, so I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the proposed site plan for the Texoma Orthopedic and Spine.
Second.
Have a motion with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Okay. I think that's all we have on our agenda for today. There were a couple things, Bill, that we had in the discussion, in the works, before changes had been made with staff. I would like for us to go ahead on and continue with those discussions and possibly staff get those on our agenda. The main thing that we were talking about was the repetition rule, to keep these houses from being duplicated next door to each other in so close of proximity to one another. And I think
What kind of differentiation?
Well,
I don't-
in my floor plan. the
I
floor
mean, I agree
plan-
with you on that. I
yeah.
just was wondering like how you how you
And that's,
measure.
I think staff will probably we'll have to have some sort of direction. We'll have to sit down and put some guidelines together, but I'm not opposed to them building the same floor plan, but we need to see a completely different elevation if they're gonna build that within so many lots. And we need to decide what the spacing is gonna be. How many lots is there gonna be in separation between two different, or the same plan?
You're referring to like there's a certain street in Denison where there's 2 or 3 homes that are.
There's one, Morton's got 4.
Floor's got a couple.
Yeah, and so, again, you can build the same floor plan if you want to, but you can put a different elevation on that.
I
And,
agree.
I'm driving around in the central area, and we've got a little bit lax on that, and I'm just seeing the same house pop up, just
Well, I've got another question, Charlie, in that regard, is there's some units that do not look like houses that are going up, and I don't remember approving them or what they were, but they look more like little office things with no windows. I don't know what those are.
Between here and Morton Street.
Yes.
The side street is Casey.
those are, Justin Briscoe built those. They're Airbnb.
Barn
things, I think
dominium?
is what they are.
Are you talking about the barn
Yeah.
names, I think is what
But
they're
they do meet the criteria for the central district.
Okay, that's
They
what
do
I
meet.
was checking.
We approved them, but, seeing them in person is a different thing.
It's
Yeah.
a different thing, and I guess
Well,
that,
actually, I don't think they came before us, because I think they met the criteria, didn't
The
they?
lot, maybe just the lots.
the lots,
The lots did, yeah.
The plating might have.
But the buildings themselves meet the criteria for the central area district, so there wasn't anything, we didn't have any say-so with that. But they do meet,
well, so having one or two here and there is okay with me, but I sure wouldn't want a whole bunch
Yeah.
of
I
those.
agree.
Now,
So
what-
I don't know how we say it's okay, but
Right.
not so many.
We also have had some discussions about density. We're looking at, Bill can continue with this too, of readdressing our lot requirements, and maybe decreasing the mandatory lot size, either create another zoning district or however we do it, PDs or whatever, where we can do a smaller lot and increase the density since we're running out of raw land, which is the one commodity that doesn't reproduce itself, so we have to think about that. I know we have some cases in the central area where we've got corner lots that are 150 foot deep and 70 foot wide, that, if you plop a 1,200 foot house on there, it's not good land planning, you've wasted so much, so we're actually gonna allow those lots to be platted into 2. They still meet the 5,000 square foot minimum, even though the depth is not as big. So we're looking at different things like that that'll come across our desk, but that's part of what we had discussed. And another thing that we discussed that staff can work on too is maybe the development of a TND, which is a traditional neighborhood design, that would be more restrictive and more, as far as architectural design, to be more restrictive as far as the way that the plat is laid out, more pedestrian friendly, creating, green space and community, interaction. So, we've talked about that, and we're gonna explore those possibilities. We have a meeting Thursday with the building community, I believe, Thursday. And so we'll discuss that with them as well. So Yeah.
choose to do
Yeah.
that versus.
versus just a standard
Volunteer.
development, yeah. And I've worked in several of them in other parts of, the Metroplex. There's one west of McKinney, I believe it's called Beacon Hill, very successful. It's worth the trip down there just to drive through it. There's another one in Rockwall called Park Place it's into phase 2 a bit.
What was the name of that place, Charlie?
I think it's Beacon Hill is the name of the one west of McKinney.
On 380?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then, the one in Rockwall is called Park Place.
Park Place.
And these developments are very restrictive as far as the architectural design. And, there is a booklet that you have to design within those parameters. And the Architectural Review Committee will not accept anything less. So it's not something we can do blanket on all the districts, but we can create those. And in discussion with staff, we maybe provide incentives to the developers because once I think they do one or two of these things, if we can get one to happen, and people see how successful they are and what a difference they make in the image, it'll catch on. But they're really, it's the new phase as far as design, in development. So those are just things that I think we'll explore, Bill, in the future. And we'll give you homework to keep you busy.
He doesn't
Thanks,
have enough
thanks, Charlie.
homework.
He's looking for more.
He really needs more to do.
No, I think this is good. If I can, I just want to go back over some of the things that I heard and see, make sure I got all this. So it looks like you were in previous discussions with some of our staff about taking a critical look at our current codes and some of our practices and finding a way to kind of shake things up a little bit. So we're looking at potentially adopting an ordinance or some sort of rule that encourages or requires builders to be more, have more changes to what they're building on the same block, not necessarily build the same house over and over. Mandate it, okay.
Yeah.
So require that, it's not every,
Absolutely.
we'll do some research looking at, is it every 5th house, every 3rd house? Or maybe it's, you're only allowed 2 of the same floor plans or elevations on the same block?
Block or whatever.
How restrictive are you wanting to be
Well,
on that?
I think if we can get that on the agenda as a discussion item,
Okay,
we'll discuss all that as a body.
Well,
Okay.
and I think along those lines, one of the just common sense kinds of things that I notice, if we have several houses that are exactly the same, like what you were talking about, and the windows are in the same place,
Yeah, they're the same.
and they're
It's
looking
very-
straight
it's
into
identical.
the person right next to
Or they flip,
their
or they just
window.
flip the.
So
That
Bill,
just,
you can't drive down the street right now because it's under construction, but Florida, if you were to go down Florida, it's, you look at, they're identical homes.
Mhm.
Right
Different
next to
colors.
each other, right?
we refused
I've seen that
a
around town.
development a few years ago
Is that right?
because the lots were too small. Do you remember that one?
Mhm.
They were beyond small. And,
Well, we approved the development that Hempkins wanted to do out there off of Crawford.
Yes.
Those were garden home lots, but, we're gonna have to get more, I think, into that in the future. We'll just have to look at it closer. But, yeah.
the
we-
developers need to talk to each other too, to
Yeah.
communicate what their plans are, so they.
Probably should set up a meeting with, any P and Z members that want, well, we gotta be careful because we can't have more than 2, I think. Is it 3? Okay.
oh yeah, well, more than 2, you're right.
Staff with Judd, you, Betty. I mean, I'm so disgusted with one particular bill that just happened on a corner lot in town that was absolutely a stunning lot. It was one of the best lots in the central area. And the house that got built on it is deplorable. Y'all know the one I'm talking about?
I do.
And, that's not what we're trying to do in the central area. So I don't know how we approach that. I don't want to get to the point to where we've just got so many regulations hanging around the builders' necks that they can't build.
Yeah,
But at the same time, there's got to be some sort of compliance with, because the central area is not gonna turn out the way we wanted it to turn out when we started this affordable program. And that was the whole idea behind it, was to get rid of these vacant lots, build new houses that had harmony and coexisted with what had been developed over the past 100 years. And so, 4x8 sheets of T111 is not how they built them 100 years ago. So we're gonna have to look at that if it continues to happen. But restrictiveness and I've asked the builders in builders meetings several times, please voluntarily, let's curb this, guys. It's not that expensive to change elevations and to make some changes to these plans. And, you know, there's been no compliance at all. So in that case, we have to go back in and do something to stop it.
So I meet with Judd Thursday. So let me run this by him. He might have, I'm sure he'll have prior knowledge and background of maybe discussions going on that he can fill me in
That
on.
builders meeting is Thursday,
Okay,
so I'm gonna bring it up at that builders meeting too.
that'd be good. And then I'll just kind of touch base with him and see how we want to proceed. And I'd like to bring something within the next month, at least kind of have a discussion, like you were saying, a more in-depth. Give time, everybody think about it. I can do some research and kind of see what direction this needs to go in before we present something, right? You were also talking about density. You want to make sure that we're providing a little bit more flexibility, maybe a lot more flexibility. I think what I've noticed when I'm signing off on permits, you know, for new homes, we're requesting people to plat because it's either on multiple lots and built on lot lines, which are just remainder tracks from years before. The railroad did a number on this town in some weird ways at a point. And a lot of the buildable lots are already being consumed, like the nice, neat 50 by 100s are almost gone. We're seeing a lot of 40 by 90 or, 45 by 80 where you could still fit a good house on it, but it's just short some.
And that's what's really good about this TDN development thing is because you can actually have a 10-foot setback on the front, off the front property line, depending on where your driveways are.
Okay.
And we go in and we do things like push the garage further back so that if it's a front entry, the garage is not the prominent thing up on the front of the house. There's all sorts of that make these things really work and they're real, you know.
For
So we'll talk about that later.
For your
We're still
traditional
waiting on
neighborhood
that.
design or that development, I think the best tool that we currently have without having to make some significant changes to our ordinance would be a PD. Identify like a template that's going to work for the city and it's going to work for you guys, and just give it out. If somebody's wanting to do a PD, something different, this is what's already approved. You do this, you'll get through. So I think that could be a good start as well.
All right, anything else, guys? Seeing none, I'll entertain it. I don't think we had any staff updates, did we?
No, I mean, it was really just if anything, like we just did.
Okay.
Judd sent y'all an email. That was the only update we
Yeah,
had.
we got an email from Judd, everything's there. All right, staff has nothing else, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.